This is Robyn Nelson. Wrestle Popcast presents Beyond the Bell, and my special guest is a legend, a poet, the genius, Lanny Poffo. How's it going?
You can call me the genius, Lanny Poffo. The genius full of glory and renown, still living in the past.
Yeah, let's talk about your father, who is well known in the wrestling business, a legend, Angelo Poffo. Is there like a memorable moment that still sticks with you today with you and your father?
'Twas back in 1945 on Independence Day. The Nazis had surrendered. Japan was on its way. My dad was in the Navy. As history will tell, as he was bleeding through the mats, a world record fell. He did 6,000 sit-ups with an extra 33 to glorify our Savior who died for you and me. And Robert Ripley's feature celebrated this event. Giving credence to success is not an accident. That's always been his motto through times both good and bad. He's a real Hall of Famer and the world's greatest dad. Thank you.
So what brought you here to Future Great Wrestling?
Brian is the promoter, and I went to his comic book store in Hamilton, and we signed a lot of comic books for the wrestling fans that came in. And here we are 2 years later, and who'd have thought it would culminate to this?
Exactly. Also, when you were there at the comic shop too, you were promoting your own comic book as well.
Yes, I was, and I still am, but not today, because today was kind of special.
How special?
Well, very special. We had it's an evening with the genius. So before, we had a meet and greet, and then afterwards, during, and then here we are afterwards, and we're going to have some seminar.
I also had a memorable moment when I was a younger kid growing up in Bakersfield. I saw you wrestling over at the Bakersfield Convention Center when you were leaping, Lanny, and when you threw your frisbee out there, I caught it.
You did?
Yes.
In California?
In California.
Before it went to hell?
Yep, before it went to hell.
Yeah, before it became a bastion of liberal mediocrity. Okay, well, you know what I was trying to do? Many years ago, when the Macho Man and the Genius were very small, my parents would take us to the matches, and we saw the fabulous Kangaroos. Al Costello, Roy Hefferman, and their manager, Wild Red Berry. They would throw boomerangs to the audience. These weren't real boomerangs, because they would kill somebody. But these are made of cardboard, and they had pictures of Roy and Al and information, and they'd throw them to the audience, and they would really soar. And I would scurry for them. Of course, Randy would hit me and I would never get you got the frisbee, and I never got the boomerang. But I always thought, wow, what a great thing, that sparks joy in the fans, and maybe one day I too could do this. So I wrote up little scrolls and threw them, but it didn't go anywhere. It didn't make it over that guardrail. So I said, if there's got to be a way I can throw something else, and I can't throw a boomerang because I'm not from Australia, it wouldn't make sense. I said, frisbees. How about a frisbee? And I put a poem in the frisbee, and guess what? You remembered it for the rest of your life, because it's not always the thrill of wrestling sometimes. It's the spectacle of wrestling. How's that? To create a spectacle, and here you are, an adult, and you have this happy memory deep in there, and I'm glad I made it happen for you.
Yeah, I still have it at home, and you also signed it as well.
Wow. Something, so this gives us kind of a link. You and I have a link.
Yes, we do.
And I also have a link with Al Costello, but he's gone. So when I'm gone, you'll still think of me, won't you?
Yes, I will.
And then I will live on in your memories.
Nice. This is Robyn Nelson, genius, Lanny Poffo, Wrestle Popcast, Beyond the Bell, and there you have it.
Ooh, yeah.